Like you have to go back in your mind to those days when you only use like, you know, them little 4 twists that your mom put your head, or like them 15 braids, and then they didn't let you go play. Those hairstyles are protective hairstyles. Hey, how you doing? Did you smile today? Hey, did you smile today? Hey, did you smile today? How you doing? So today I'm gonna be talking about how to get your hair long. And the best way to get your hair long is to follow a set hair routine. But some people are lazy. I'm lazy natural sometimes, so you can't deep condition your hair every single month, get trims all the time, come up with different styles all the time. Like, you could be a little bit lazy. Sometimes you just want to lay down in your bonnet, not touch your hair for like a good month, and then all of a sudden be like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do with my hair? That's probably what you're doing right now. So I'm gonna help you guys out with a lazy natural hair routine. So on average, your hair grows about ½ inch a month. So it kind of depends on what you do, but usually your hair grows about ½ inch a month. Kind of depends on your genetics as well, but that is the overall average. Let me tell you what my original hair routine was, because people can't follow it. My friends were like, this is what you do every single week. I can't do all that. So on Sundays I will shampoo, deep condition, and then I'll put my hair into a style. On Wednesdays I'll re-moisturize my hair, and then Sunday I'll do it all over again. Detangle, shampoo, deep condition, moisturize, tangle, shampoo, deep condition. And I kept switching it around because sometimes I'll use moisturizing shampoos, sometimes I'll use sulfate shampoos. I'll sometimes use deep conditioner with no protein in it, and then other times I'll use deep conditioner with protein in it. So my natural hair routine is kind of complicated, so I'm going to try to provide an easier one for you. Number one thing that you should do is shampoo your hair. Get that gunk off your scalp. I can say that you can do your hair every 2 weeks. Some people can get away with once a month. That is the laziest you can do it. Once a month or every 2 weeks. So let's do a 2 week. So for the first wash day, you can use a moisturizing shampoo, and then I highly recommend that you deep condition. You should deep condition every single week if possible, but if not, deep condition that one wash day and then style it. You can do any style that will last you those 2 weeks. It could be twists, it could be braids, it could be bantu knots. You could throw in a puff, just watch the edges, okay? Make sure that the puff is not too tight. Don't do any hairstyle that's too tight. You can do some type of braided hairstyle. It doesn't have to be like braids per se. It could be like a braid out. So what I would do if I was lazy that week, the first week, I'll rock my twists. The second week, I'll take those twists out, rock that twist out. I might have a puff for the last 2-3 days of that week, and then I'll wash my hair. For the second week, I will use a sulfate shampoo to make sure all that gunk and the edge control and all that jazz is out of your scalp. I use a protein treatment once a month, so for that second week I'll recommend using the protein treatment, and then style your hair as normal, whatever style that you think it could last you the full 2 weeks. Now if you want to be lazy and do your hair once a month, then I'll use a sulfate shampoo, deep condition, like a good thorough 30-minute deep condition. You can use a 1-minute, 5-minute deep conditioners, but the 30-minute ones, the ones that like seep into your hair and make sure that they coat all your strands, that's the one I recommend, because you're not gonna be doing your hair for a month. And that's when you get your box braids, you can get, you know, your single leaves twists, things like that. And then that next month, then you shampoo all that gunk out, re-moisturize your hair, use deep conditioner, and then style it like that. In terms of the products that you can use for shampoos, there are moisturizing shampoos and sulfate shampoos. It will say on the bottle, so whatever brand you want. Shampoo is not that big of a deal when it comes to brands. For conditioners, whatever has slip in it, because your hair will be tangled. It'll be really tangled, so you need something with slip to melt those tangles away. For deep conditioners, if you know what your hair likes, like being a natural girl, you over time learn what your hair likes. If your hair likes honey, if it likes oils, if it likes products with shea butter, like there's different ingredients that your hair will like. But my favorite personally is Jamaican Black Castor Oil one from Shea Moisture. That deep conditioner, I love it. But for deep conditioners, it's like a trial and error type of things. But if you know that your hair likes olive oil, stick to deep conditions which ingredients that has olive oil in it. For protein treatments, I am going to make a video on a DIY protein treatment because right now people cannot go to the stores. In terms of protein treatments, now your hair can be sensitive to protein. So when you use a protein treatment, I suggest testing it out on a strand to make sure that your hair won't, you know, break off. But protein helps, it's like what bonds your hair together. It makes your hair strong. It's kind of what your hair is made out of, pretty much. So your hair does actually need protein. So the protein treatments that I personally use is Africa's Best, the hair mayonnaise, and I like to use the Manuka honey and yogurt protein treatment something from Shea Moisture. It's in a blue jar. So if you're protein sensitive like me, I only use protein treatment once a month. But if your hair is severely damaged or is color treated, I will suggest using a protein treatment more frequently. In terms of creams and styles that you should use to style your hair, if you're only styling your hair once a month or every 2 weeks like suggested, then you should use butters, creams, something that's very moisturizing and like will coat your strands, that it shouldn't have to be re-moisturized. Because if you went back in your mind to those childhood days when your mama used to do your hair, or your grandmama used to do your hair, or whoever used to do your hair, and then grab a little pink hair lotion, you know, and that grease, those styles lasted about 2 weeks. Some styles lasted once a month. Like, you have to go back in your mind to those days when you only use, like, you know, them little 4 twists that your mama put your head, or like them 15 braids, and then they didn't let you go play. Those hairstyles are protective hairstyles. Those will last you a long time. So I suggest creams, butters, hair lotions, leave-in conditioners. You can use gel, but gel tends to increase buildup. So if you're a lazy natural, I wouldn't be too heavy-handed on the gel because, you know, if you have dry scalp, that will irritate your scalp after the first week. So I'm going to tell you different hairstyles that you can use that will last you 2 weeks up to a month. So you can do twists, you can do braids, you can do your twist to a twist out, you can do your braids to a braid out, you can do box braids, you can do single leaf twists, you can do spring twists, you can do passion twists. You can do crochet hairstyles where you braid your hair and then you crochet hair in it, or you can not have, you don't even have to be good at braiding your hair. You can flat twist your hair and crochet hair in it. They have crochetless hairstyles. You can do flat twists, you can do wash and goes. Some people can make their wash and goes last up to 2 weeks. Now it will probably end up, you have to make sure that your hair does not mat together, so make sure that your hair like stays as detangled as possible. But you can do wash and go for up to 2 weeks. I would not suggest doing a wash and go for a month. Do not do that. You can do buns, low buns, high buns, top knots. You can do buns with added hair. Any type of added hair style is a protective style, so that will help your hair. So you can do bantu knots. You can probably make a perm rod set last up to 2 weeks. The hairstyle that I recommend is mini twist, because you can wash your hair with your mini twist and you can re-moisturize your hair with your mini twist, and when you finally ready to take out your twist, it will be a cute twist out. Same thing goes with braids, because have you ever seen like when you take out your box braids and your braid out be popping? Yeah. If the hairstyle that you want to do is a wash and go and you want it to last up to 2 weeks, that's really pushing it. But if you want your wash and go to last up to 2 weeks, what I suggest is to start off on a clean slate. Make sure that your hair is properly cleansed, make sure that you deep conditioned, and then use really moisturizing hair products. A moisturizing leave-in conditioner. You can add a moisturizing cream or an oil, so make sure that you seal in that moisturizing leave-in somehow. And then you put your gel on, because gel will tend to really dry out your hair. So when you wake up the next day, your hair obviously will be dry. So if you use moisturizing products under that gel, then your hair should stay moisturized for about a week and a half. And once you reach that about a week and a half points, then you take that old wash and go and you put it up into a puff, or you refresh it. So when you refresh your hair, you don't have to douse it in water. They have refreshing sprays. You can use hair lotions. You can dampen your hair a little bit and use the exact same leave-in conditioner, because whatever products you used before should not make your hair flake if you add it later on. So you can refresh your hair that way. So I will spray my hair with a little bit of water, add a little bit of the products I used before, you know, prayer hands or rake it through, let it air dry, and then boom, your wash and goes refresh. It might shrink up back because over time your wash and go does stretch out, but if you refresh your hair, it is going to shrink up a little bit, because hair plus water equals shrinkage. it's just inevitable. To prevent shrinkage, you can stretch out your hair. So you can stretch out your wash and go with the blow dryer like I do, or you can use the banding methods. I know some YouTubers who will blow out their hair and then style their hair, and their styles can last up to 2 weeks. That's another like protective way to do it. You can also put your hair under wigs, weaves, head wraps. If you use a wig or you do weaves, make sure that your hair is protected. You know, take care of your edges. Do not, make sure they're not too tight. Make sure that you are washing hair that is able to breathe. So to wrap this puppy up, if you are a lazy natural, then you can wash and moisturize your hair every 2 weeks up to once a month. To grow long hair doesn't have to be a long process. As long as your hair is clean and moisturized, your hair will grow regardless. The main objective is to retain that length. Make sure that it doesn't break off or fall off or anything off. So if your hair is a little bit itchy, moisturize it, oil your scalp. If your hair has a lot of buildup on it, use sulfate shampoo. If your hair is a little bit drier than usual, but you did moisturize it, deep conditioner. Like, you have to really listen to your hair. Even when you're lazy, you have to listen to your hair and what exactly it needs. If it needs oil, if it needs moisturizing products, if it needs to be shampooed, if it needs to be deep conditioned, if you need to like switch up your style a little bit. Also switch up your styles. If you do a style every 2 weeks but it's always on the same like right side or middle part or left part, make sure that you switch up your parts, because over time your hair will start to break off in that section. So make sure that you switch up your parts as well. That's important. Do it. All right, you guys, this brings me to the end of this video. If you have any questions or advice or tips for anybody, leave them down below. I will read them. Give this video a thumbs up, a like, comment down below, subscribe, and let's grow our long hair together. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.